Today, after all my fabric shopping yesterday, is a sewing day and I want to start a new project. Yes, I know I'm finishing off the Amy jacket. It's almost there. I've just got some hand stitching to do and I'll do the big reveal of that later. So I'm cracking on while it's cool in my sewing room with machine stitching, and that means a new project. So I'm going to use this gorgeous viscose twill that I got from Higgs and Higgs at one of the shows. I've had it probably a couple of years. Absolutely love it. And I've finally decided what I'm making with it, and it's going to be, big drum roll, the Otus Dress from So Different Patterns. So let's have a look at the Otus deets together. So the Otus is a romantic midi length dress that pulls over the head, so no zips or fastenings or buttons with this one. It's got back wing sleeves that gather onto a traditional front bib and a bib at the back as well. So you get two sleeve options with this dress, full length or with gathers at the cuff, or a shorter looser sleeve for skipping through the forest. Don't think I'm going to be doing that anytime soon, not in this gorgeous dress anyway. Choose to chop it to the shorter cut length for a smock look and feel the breeze. I'm going to be doing quite a long length, for as long as my fabric will allow, dress, because I'm making it for the autumn. I'm doing the 3/4 sleeves, I think, not the long sleeves, but with my short arms, who knows what length they'll turn out. That's what I'm aiming for. So this pattern comes in UK sizes 8 to 28, so could be better on the inclusivity possibly. Fabric recommendations are cotton, viscose, linen, lightweight denim and needle cord. I'd love to make one in needle cord. And that was what I was looking for at Abercarn's yesterday, but the gold cord that I got was a bit too heavy. It needs to be a bit lighter weight, so maybe a patterned needle cord will be on my radar at Festival of Quilts. So how much fabric do we need to make the Otus dress in? So for the one that I want to make, which is the midi length with the 3/4 sleeves, they reckon you need 3.5 meters of fabric. Not sure I've got that much of this. Probably got about 3 meters, I think. So because I'm of the shorter variety, I'm gonna hope on a wing and a prayer that I can get it out 3 meters, because the shorter length one you only need 3 meters for. So I'm gonna get this cut out. I'll talk to you about any alterations I've made to the pattern and see how much of it we can get sewn before the heat hits my sewing space. Okay, I've got all my pieces cut out with a bit of pattern Tetris. I have managed to get it out of the 3 meters-ish of fabric that I had. It was quite a narrow fabric, I realised, but I managed it because I'm a short arse. So I've had a quick read of the pattern instructions and I was quite surprised that the front and back bib, they're calling it, bodice part, aren't lined, and I would have thought they would have been lined to give it a couture Christine finish. So I have not cut out the facings for the front and the back, because I've cut the front bodice and the back bib bodice double, so I've got 2 of each, and I'm gonna line the bodice part or the bib part on the front and the back of my dress. That way, where all these big back wing gathered sleeves meet up and join, I can sew them in place on the outside, press the seam to the inside, and then use the turnover part of the bodice on the inside to catch everything into a casing nice and neatly. I've not decided yet whether I'm going to hand stitch that on the inside or whether I'm going to do some fancy, I might do some fancy stitching on the outside. But possibly not with this one, because it is a seriously busy fabric and it'd just be lost. So top stitching, hand stitching, we'll see how I feel when I get to that stage. So the machine's all turned on. We're going to get a couple of hours of sewing done, and then we'll see where I'm up to, because by then this room will be like an oven and sewing will stop for the day. So see you in a couple. Okay, this is where I'm up to. There's too much fabric in this dress. I like the style. It needs to come in a little bit more at the waist, not a lot, just a smidge, so a slight take in at the waistband, and then the neckline, that's on my shoulders, and that's, ignore this cream because this is the lining that's not been sewn in yet properly. I feel like the neckline for me is too low, so I'm going to take some out at the shoulders and raise it up to about that level, I think. So that will make it a little bit more fitted. I like the bodice part, but this, it's just too much. So I like it, but there's too much of it. So I'm going to grade this seam in by, good couple of inches. Come in from the waist and grade it and take the fabric out all the way to the end. So that'll be probably that much out of it, which I can live with. And then the cuffs, I'll show you the back. Now I've had to look at it squidging round, but I think the back's okay. Once I've taken that little bit out there, the back should be alright. But I definitely look like I've got wings. I'm an angel. Never in a million years. So yeah, too dramatic these for me. I did the same with the Seasons of East dress. You can see this neckline has got a life of its own. It needs to be raised. So we're going to take a chunk out of the sides, and then I can't decide how to finish these sleeves off then. There's a cuff that you can put on it, so I think I might, but that's for full length ones. So I might use the cuff, but do a wider cuff and put the cuff on the end to bring those in and have them just past the elbow. So, you know, love the fabric, I love the dress, just not on me without a bit of tweaking. But the skirt part of it is absolutely perfect. I love that it's got an A-line, it's not straight. I thought it had gathers or tucks near the waistband, but it hasn't got any, unusually. But yeah, once I've done the alterations, I'm sure it'll look completely different. Right now I'm not enamoured with it, but that's just because the fit is not right and there's too much fabric in this bit, like Big Bird. So that's me done for today. I'm going to stop. To say I was a little bit crestfallen when I put this on is an understatement, because I absolutely love this fabric. I will rescue it. We'll reconvene tomorrow and we'll get this dress looking something like wearable, because right now it's not. So I'm going to love you and leave you. Thanks for sticking with me today in all the heat, and I will see you tomorrow when we're going to rescue this dress. Well, that was a bit of a naff sewing day, wasn't it? But I am going to rescue that dress. I've had a little bit more of a play around with it. I've taken some more in it. I need to take a load out of the underarm area. I know it's meant to be a bat wing sleeve, but my God, I wasn't a bat. I was a flipping eagle in it. So we're going to take some, quite a lot, if I'm honest, from under here. That's easy enough to do. I'll just do it a bit at a time until I'm happy with it. I'm not going to go gung-ho and take 6 inches out. And then I need to raise the shoulders a little bit, but before I do that, I want to change the shape of the neckband. I don't like this round neck on me. I feel like a grandma in it. I feel like it makes me boobs look round me belly. So when you've got larger boobs, a V-neck is better. So I'm going to try and change it into some sort of a V-neck instead of this big scooping round neck that just isn't flattering for me at all. And then we'll see how it looks. It'll probably look like a completely different dress, but hey ho. Anyway, something's arrived to cheer me up. Well, I flipping well hope it does. Now, I'm not one to do unboxings. I don't do subscriptions, but I've re-signed up for the Bagmakers box just to see how I get on. I think it's every other month, not every month, so it only works out about £15–16 a month. No big deal. But I stopped it because I was starting to get a bit... disappointed with the contents for me. They weren't my style. So let's see what's in this box together. This is an honest opening. I've purchased this box. Excuse the noise. But let's see. So there we go. All wrapped in blue tissue paper. I wonder if that's a clue as to what is inside. Oh, now then. Oh, this is the zip. That's unusual, isn't it? Dark. But, you know, we're coming up to winter, so let's have an open mind about this. Then we've got a load of webbing that goes with it. And a bit of a sparkle to it, a bit bluey tint, maybe. So we've got a load of webbing. Then the piece de resistance. It's pleather, obviously. But what pleather is it going to be? I've just had a little sneak. Are you ready? Now, I don't think this is going to come out particularly well on here. It's quite psychedelic, well, colour changing. It's got little hexagons all over it. And it's definitely got a lilac tint or a bluey tint to it. Very smart indeed. Oh, I'm actually liking this, weirdly. That is going to make a great bag to go with a lot of autumn and winter things. Great if you've got jeans off. Might even go as the back. Oh no, I was thinking about my Otus Dress. That's a pale blue. But pale blue and dark blue. I'll see what it looks like up against it. So we've got a load of that. Because I was running out of these pleathers. I love these pleathers on a roll. They're really good quality. And all that matches. They always send these tea bags that I pass on to somebody else. Steph might like it. Or I might try it actually. Bird blend. Jammy Dodgers. We'll see. I might try one later, it might be refreshing that. I'm not a lover of fruit teas though. Right, notions, because you always get all the bits and bobs to go with it. A little sticker saying sewing is my therapy. I used to stick these on my sewing machine, but not on Goliath. Far too expensive a machine to have stickers on, don't you think? Another sticker. And then there's 2 matching hexagonal, if you can see that, cute zipper pulls that go with it. So all very subdued, but all very classy. And I think that's everything. Yeah, no little sweet treats in here, but I'm not eating naughty stuff, so that's great. Then you get your little booklet, and there's some bag suggestions. So I'm going to go and have a look at this. Oh, there's a hexagon shaped bag. What's that one? The Hexel bag. And that's from Studio 77. Oh, that's why she's done this. All matches. So I think I might have to have a look at that, and it's a shoulder crossbody type bag as well. So there we go. First bag maker's box for ages. And actually, I'm quite chuffed with the contents. I don't like bags that are really bright colours. I want bags that will blend and work with more than one outfit. And this actual pleather definitely fits that bag. That bag, get it? So that will get put away for the autumn and winter, I think, because it's dark colours. But yeah, I'm pleased with that. Just need to get that dress sorted and then all will be well. See you tomorrow.